Hello everyone, welcome to ShopDev. So in this video, we are going to have a look at the new C# 10 feature, the global using directives. So let's begin our classic way by introducing the subject. So there's a new global keyword that can be used before the using directives. Okay, so this by definition it is a new C# feature in C# 10. Okay, we're using directives and using static directives, like you can see in this example. They're allowed to be declared globally. Okay, so what this means is that whenever you're prefixing global keyword before you're using directives, so these namespaces becomes available in all your code file throughout your project. Okay, and hence there's no need to explicitly specify them in each file. Okay, so that's the benefit of it. Okay, and also in .NET 6 projects, they are already supported by default. Okay, and once nice practice with global usings is that it is recommended to create a separate file to manage them, which facilitates maintenance of your code. Okay, so if they're scattered, it becomes difficult to remove them and search for them, especially if you have a big and complex project. Okay, and if ever you're not using a separate file, okay, so these global using directives should be your first statement before using normal using directives. Otherwise, the compiler indicates an error. Okay, so one more point here. So it can also be used with static directives. So we'll have a quick example. So let me show you. So consider this project. So I have a simple console application where I have a simple class. Okay, so API request and an API response. So I'm just serializing these objects in my main program, and in both of my classes I'm using the newtonsoft.json package, okay, for serialization and deserialization. Okay, so this is a simple program. So normally what would I do is I create an instance of the API request, populate the fields, properties, and then I deserialize it. Okay, so this is a normal way how we have been doing prior to C# 10. Okay, and in each of my code files, I'm using the Newtonsoft namespace. Okay, and now if I want to avoid that, so what I need to do is to create a new separate code file. Okay, let's name it globals, or you can also name it global usings if you want. And here let's move it. So notice here all my using directives appear normally, but once if I move it in my global file preceded by a global keyword, okay, and now if I see in my other code files, so they become grayed out. Okay, and C# shows you that the using directive is unnecessary. Okay, and it even proposes you to remove this unnecessary using. Okay, so you can preview and apply. Okay, so and you can see that I know I don't have any errors either. Okay, so can move here and remove my unnecessary using directives. Okay, so why after I apply this global using, so I'll just build and show you guys that this application still works. Okay, so that's it, and I show my console on the side by side. Okay, should be printing these two JSONs on the screen. Okay, so that's it. So it works with this global using. Okay, and now suppose in my main program, okay, I'll be using like something like system, some cryptography using system dot security dot cryptography. Okay, and now I want to use a global using, say global system dot global using system dot say runtime, for example. Okay, so like I said, you can't use the global keyword as a second statement in the same file. Okay, so like you can see here, the compiler indicates that it is unnecessary, first because I'm not using it in my class, and this is more important. So the global using directive must precede all non-global using directives. So in case you want to use it in the same file, make sure it is being used as a first statement. Okay, hence you have no errors. Okay, but normally what would I prefer is to move it to your special file that you created to manage the global usings. Okay, so that's one thing. Secondly, it can also be used with static directives. So say I want to check if like string dot is no longer empty, my response string. Okay, if it is empty, I just print like console.writeLine, the response is empty. Okay, just for the purpose of this demo. Okay, sounds great. And now suppose I want to make use of static directives. Okay, so what can I do is like using static system.string. Okay, and I no longer need to specify the string. Yes, see, it is grayed out. Okay, so my program will still work. Okay, no errors. Like you can see, no errors, only warnings, no errors. Okay, and now say I want to make use of this type of code throughout my program. So what can I do also with these static directives? I can place it in my global file. Okay, so global. Okay, and let's check if my program gives me an error. So I try to build it. So build succeeded and no errors, and I can make use of it. So that's about the global using. You can use it with normal using directives and with static directive, both. Okay, so one more thing about these global usings. So before getting deeper, let me run the program again, and we check the results. If I'm getting the result, my program is compiling. Okay, so condition executed, and I'm still getting my same results. Okay, so as you know, in .NET 6 you don't need all these programs because we have top level statement support. Okay, say I comment this out. Okay, get it. I can also write like console dot write line and have something like hello world. So this is valid in a console program in .NET 6 because it automatically generates some main program. If you want to learn more about top level statement, you can have a look at my top level statement video. So let's run the program so you can see hello world is being displayed. Okay, so here normally if you see the console, it is in the system class, but in my program I'm not having a global using here. Okay, and I'm not having a global using in my program.cs. Okay, so from where it is making use of the system namespace. Okay, so how? Let's see. So .NET 6 has inbuilt support for implicit global usings. Okay, so it is enabled in the project file. So if you see the project file, you have implicit usings and enable set here. Okay, and for each project, each type of .NET project, okay, you have some specific global using specified, and they can be viewed, accessed based on the project hierarchy. But for the console application, you can have it under OBJ folder, okay, and you have debug.NET 6, and you have a special file that is being generated, prefixed by the name of the project, global using.g.cs, and here you can see the global usings by default for the project. Okay, so that's one thing. Okay, so this is where the console, okay, is being referenced, the system namespace, and you can see in my file I have int, so this is also from system, the string is also from the system namespace. Okay, so it makes use of this global using. And now where it is enabled in the project, so if you double click on this project in a .NET 6 project, so you have enable here. So in case you want to disable global using, implicit usings in your project, you can type disable here in your project and save it and try to build it. So you see you have a build field, okay, and it will say that console does not exist in this context, so it no longer finds the system namespace. Okay, so that's it about the global using. Okay, and let's summarize to wind up. So the key points to remember about the global using directives is that it allows namespaces that are usually needed in every code file of the project to be specified at one location. Okay, so you no longer need to specify it in each and every file. Okay, so also it is recommended to have a separate file for managing your global usings so that it eases maintenance of the code. And in case you're using the global using directive along with normal using directives in a single file, so they must be the first statement in this file, in the related file. So that's it, guys. So if you like the video, please like and subscribe. Thank you. Bye.